you're joining us in Leeds, aren't you? You're actually coming to lecture yourself.
I am.
Wow.
Yeah. At the Leeds College of Music over the road.
So that'll be a weekly session where we can get together on an informal group basis and...
But the irony is that I'm sort of down to teach things like creative marketing, of which I know nothing, obviously.
Yeah. That's what those weekly meetings are for.
I realised, you know, I sort of did the interview for the job, and it was kind of my sort of presentation. You have to do a little presentation, and I realised it was just a bit sort of how to stick it to the man. That was what it was. It was just like how not to care about the record industry and make a living anyway.
Yeah.
And I realised that actually I know quite a lot about that. I don't know much about creative marketing.
You said to me on the phone the other week, you know, I've got this job, and really, you know, I thought I didn't know very much, but man, you know, you've been at it for a long time.
Yeah, and
you're a survivor.
And and if you could teach. You realise that some of those things, you know, we've talked about my first record deal and my second record deal and my third record deal and my failed record deals and all of that. And, you know, that's what they need to know, isn't it? If they're studying and music.
I think now more than ever in how it's so different.
Yeah, because it's messed up, isn't it? There are no big record deals, really. And that what they need to know is how to, it's hard because you're, you know, artist, and really the main thing is to be resilient, you know, because people will endlessly... I'm a sort of an expert in failure, you know, and I don't mean that to put myself down, but it's like failure is something that you need to get a handle on, because it's good for you.
And yet you've also been really successful because you've created this amazing music. You've got through a doctorate.
Exactly. That's yes. Sorry, I'm sort of sounding like I've failed horribly in everything. I haven't. You know, you have to have that perspective. You have to be able to say that those things.
Sure.
You know, you're going to get bad reviews, and you're going to get difficult things happen to you, but you just got to keep on keeping on.
Yeah. If you could have done anything different, what do you think you would have done differently, or would you just have done it all the same?
I think I would have done it all the same. Yeah?
Yeah.
I think so. I have amazing friends and friendships, and I never really fell out with anybody horribly. Actually, some people fell out with us, but you know, we didn't really do anything to provoke that. And I think I have a good life-work balance. I think my head is not too far up my arse, a little bit.
That's healthy.
Yeah. And I love people like, you know, like my mum, who just, you know, terrible things happen, and they just keep on going, you know, and they just, and they're the people who sort of inspire me. They just, yeah. So no, I wouldn't change a thing.
Great. We're looking forward to you being in Leeds a bit more.
Yeah.
We're looking forward to whatever happens next musically.
Yeah, and I've had a little bit of a sort of a PhD is just naturally a place where you go into a hibernatory state.
Sure,
you know, you get to a point where you're so deep in the subject that you can't talk to anybody about it, because it just like so that goes on for sort of 3 or 4 years, and that's over now, and And it's like, what now? What are you going to do now? And I had about 6 months after my PhD, and I think I was a bit depressed. I was just a bit sort of like, I turned into a bit of Stepford wife, you know. I just used to clean the house and make tea and walk the dog. I don't. And it's like,
I think that's a really natural I think that naturally happens. I've just come out of a long period of study, and I felt flat for a quite long time.
I was, and it was just a bit sort of, come on, you've done all that. When I went for the job, he said, oh, because of your qualification, you'll be on a different pay grade. And I was like, what qualification? I forgot, you know, I forgot that I'd done it. It was like, oh, you mean my PhD? Yeah.
Doctor.
Dr. Sally, oh yeah. I forgot I'd done it.
Much difference though, sorry.
To my pay? Oh yeah. Oh yes.
Success.
Oh yes. So yeah, I've been a little bit of a wallflower, but you may expect to see more of me, generally.
We hope so. It's been wonderful. Thank you for coming down and supporting MAP. It's I know most people here, but for anybody who doesn't know, these nights support a local charity, MAP Music and Art Production, who run music and art programs for young people who are on the edge of exclusion from mainstream education. So they're over the road, not very far away from here, and they're an amazing charity.
Maybe I can do something for them.
Fantastic, yeah. I'm certain that Joe, we can. Where is he? Oh, he's there, yeah. Sorry, hello, Joe. Joe's trustee, man. So we'll have that conversation. Sally Rodgers, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you.